Warning. This video contains massive spoilers for the following.
Alright team, listen up. We've secured the rights to Steel Ball Run. It's going to be gritty, it's going to be epic, and we'll drop them in 12 episode batches so they can get their binge on. Then we disappear for 12 months, just like we did with Stone Ocean.
That's just brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
That's
honestly.
I
know,
yeah,
right? I don't know how he does it.
Huh?
What about JoJo Friday?
JoJo Friday. Look, we'll call it JoJo Batch Day and we'll just get marketing behind that. James, where's my coffee? Come on. How's my drink not ready yet? What the? Man, it's just some gifts, right? I've been seeing this all over social media. Get this on my fit. Is that? Right, weekly. We'll do it weekly. We'll do it. What's good, people? It's your boy Governor T, and we are back. Steel Ball Run is finally out on Netflix, and while everyone's arguing about the animation and the CGI, we're here to talk about sound design. I mean, of course we are. That's what we do. Now, originally I was going to wait for more episodes to come out, but with all of the controversy around when Netflix was going to release, it seemed like the best thing to do was just suck it up, watch episode 1, and already these sound effects were just hitting different. So as I said, I've only recently watched the episode and already so many things stood out to me, and I'm sure a lot of things also stood out to you. David Productions is back, and in a big way. Bringing back their signature bass boosted notes along with their unique ability to give sound to the supernatural. I don't know why I paused. When I first saw Johnny's backstory, I winced at the sound of the punch coming from the nurse. I think it was really driven home by the context, the situation he's in, but the sound design was working hard. The desperation of the whole scene is palpable, but it also shapes the motivations that we later see push Johnny into joining the race and getting on horseback. Honestly, just a really, really powerful scene. Next, I want to talk about the race itself. Arguably, it's a main character in its own right. The Steel Ball Run is a race which takes place across the North American continent, stretching from the sandy beaches of San Diego all the way to the cold coasts of New York. It's full of chaos from the very beginning. Araki's art is notoriously loud. He fills the pages with so much kinetic energy that your brain is almost forced to fill in the blanks. The anime completely lives up to expectations when it comes to capturing the density of the task. 3,852 competitors, all tightly packed in a single, well, not single row, but a few rows. Still a lot of people. It never allows the viewer to forget the true scale and risk that comes with the prize money. The horses racing sound like a distant landslide, as thousands of steeds tear up the soil and level the ground as they all race towards that $50 million prize purse. Something that our beloved Poco Loco is quite quick to capitalize on. The horse is not without its carnage. You can really feel the disruption when a horse stumbles and comes crashing down towards the ground. The immense weight of the horse and the true danger of this whole activity is perfectly communicated. I mean, look at this scene. I was quite certain that Abdul died here. Seriously. I mean, maybe he did. We don't see him again. Before we continue with the video, if you're enjoying so far, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what elements of Steel Ball Run stood out to you so far. What were some of your favorite scenes, some of your favorite sound choices, everything. We're here to talk about it. But please do subscribe. It means a lot. Anyway, that's enough sponsorship. Back to the action. Dio makes a return, now called Diego. While Dio's time on the screen was quite brief, I loved the sound design choices that they made every time he was on screen. From the use of his old theme tune, all the way to how he sounds even in combat. All in all, it's just lovely how they use a score that's quite faithful to his original. They take this a step further when Dio decides to reveal his racing technique. Dio, being a very skilled jockey, he has the ability to discern different horses' capabilities based on their quirks. Those would be the moments that Dio would capitalize on. But it's not really the ability that was impressing me. It was the way David Productions decided to show us what this sounded like. I thought it was incredible. I can't say I'm not excited for what's to come after hearing this alone. When we finally see the main cars take center stage within the final 2,000 yards of the race, I think the sound design kicks it up another gear. The color changes and the excitement of it all is exactly what we've come to expect from the series. Now, I've always been a big fan of the color changes. Probably before I even noticed the sound design, I was picking up on the color changes. And I've always loved the way that they're used to communicate like a shift in the tide of battle or like a shift in the mood. You just know, pay attention. This was yellow, now it's blue. What does that mean? It's just incredible. It's so artistic. I'm really pouring out about this because I feel that strongly here, but honestly, just incredible, just incredible. These scenes once more convey that DP knows exactly what they're doing when it comes to sound design. The moment that Gyro pulls away from the other racers sounded incredible as he uses his steel balls to gain that advantage. And let's talk about the moment that Gyro crosses the finish line. DP do something so powerful. They adhere to the classic principle that no sound is also a sound, something that we touched on when we first started this discussion on stand sound design. Lastly, I want to talk about Gyro Zepelli. I decided to talk about him separately because I feel this first stage is really his story. He seems to be the star of the show, along with the sound effects decisions that David Productions are making at this early stage in the story. So as I touched on a little bit in the previous section, Gyro's balls take notes from earlier parts in the series, leveraging the signature Harmon sound, except it's different this time. The rapid spin of the steel balls creates such a powerful sound, as if these steel balls can and will cut through anything. They give Gyro a mysterious aura because he's holding these steel balls in place of what would typically be guns. So I mean, what does that tell you about what he thinks he can do with these things? The way that Gyro uses them is equally as unpredictable as he seems to be. Used to enhance horses' movements, leverage weather conditions, or just straight up used like a flipping bullet. Honestly, I'm discussing his powers, but I don't even think I completely understand them yet. Right from the beginning, this guy was aura farming. The sound of the spin on a human body nails what it sounds like to be disfigured and somehow unharmed at the same time, at least in the case of Johnny. I was watching with bated breath, waiting to see what this moment would sound like, and I have to say, they did not disappoint. Honestly, I know for now we've not really seen too much, but from everything that we have seen, this is going to be a hell of a story and it's going to sound amazing. Anyway, it's been your boy Governor T discussing the sound design of Steel Ball Run, and so far it's already sounding solid. That's a steel joke, you know, Steel Ball Run. Anyway, if you made it this far, you know what that means. That puts you in the flow state. If you want to keep your rank, it's very simple. You just have to keep watching these videos to the end, as I'm sure you already are. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back with our usual programming, but it seemed essential that I discuss this part, especially after I watched the first episode. So anyway, that's everything. We'll be back next week with more heat. Araki's is typically, level the ground as they all race toward, as thousands of steeds level the soil and flow state.